My se posuneme k dalšímu řečníkovi. Tím je Mehdi Saeedi. Je to grafik a částečně kaligraf, což tak trošku možná souvisí s jeho původem, s jeho kořeny. Kdo ještě neměl možnost si prohlédnout výstavu, tak aktuálně v rámci Zlínského Design Weeku má výstavu. Tak tím vás taky všechny zvu a dovolte mi tady pozvat na jevišti Mehdiho Saeediho, kde ho mám, když vidím.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you. And I want to give my thanks to Professor Pavel and Zelen Design Week and Thomas Beta University for invited me. So let us start. When I was little, I want to be single. Back then, I used to be good at it. I had completely forgotten about it until years ago I got a video for my birthday and was surprised to find little Mehdi in the video, holding a microphone and sing it to it. That was my dream back then, and look what happened to it. Of course, I'm holding my microphone right now, but I'm not singing. I'm lecturing on graphic design. People not always live out their childhood dream, but I'm very happy to be a graphic designer. However, things turn out differently for my older brother, whom you will see in the video. He's my brother. He used to play with the camera as a kid, and now he is one of the best photojournalists in Iran. He works for Getty Image photo agency. He works all published in New York Times, Le Monde, and the other famous magazine. I'm gonna show some of his work during my lecture. You can see me and my mom. So, I did not live out my childhood dream, but I found many links between singing, music, and graphic design. Maybe that is why I would design many posters for music festivals. In fact, my first professional poster was designed for the most important music festival in Iran. The poster was so ingenious back then, everyone wanted to know who the designer was. Another reason the poster gained widespread attention was that there were printed 100,000 copies printed in all cities all over in Iran. After designing this poster, I wonder which part of graphic design I should focus on that. First, to give my works permanence in graphic design, and second, I will make a career out of it. It was then that I remember something my professor said. He told me, if you want to gain money and fame, you just have to do your job and do it well, with love, as if you are not going to get paid. I heard what I needed to hear from my professor. I'm a good listener because what I wanted required patience, and patience required love. So I made a list of places I wanted to work with. Tehran Museum Contemporary Art, Academy of Art, International Film and Music Festival, cultural and art centers. But I had a big challenges ahead of me. The list that actually, was a little bit out of reach, because at the time I was relatively inexperienced and young. I did not have that many great sample of works in my portfolio for marketing, and these places that I had chosen were working with the old master. But fortunately, I had some good quality, which helped me to not give up. Confidence, hope, patience, perseverance, and love for what I was doing. So, at first, I went to Museum of Contemporary Art, which is one of the most important museum in Iran. They like the poster that I create for music festival. But they said, we will call you when we need you. And I never heard back then from them. So I went to museum almost every day for a month. Eventually, they were really annoyed by my persistence, and at the end, they decided to offer me a commission. But it was not an easy job. The manager said that they need a poster for an upcoming exhibition for traditional Chinese painter. They did not have a portrait of her, nor any of her works, only short handwritten in the Persian text. Here is a text. They gave me no information, and to make matters worse, they wanted to design an invitation card for the next day. I started working right away, using with the little information that I had. I create this poster, an invitation card for that exhibition. I did a quick Google search of the artist's works and used one of his painting as a focal point of the poster. Then I began to design a lettering, the title of the exhibition in Farsi, and then I decided to rotate the Persian letters in a way that remind the people Chinese character. This was the result what I designed in less than 24 hours. After I create this poster, they were surprised by my potential and wanted me to continue working with them. The funny is that design the title for that poster led me to creation of new Persian font, which is this. As you may know, the Persian alphabet consisted of 32 letters, and it is written from right to left. The image of the right shows the separate Persian letters. The middle images shows a sample of the connection of the letters. The last one shows actually the type with the new font, the AGI with the Farsi. The creation of this font led me to a series of new works that I want to show you. This poster is for an exhibition of selected work by French artist Armand de Fernandez at the Tehran Museum of Art, Contemporary Art. This poster was designed for the honoring famous Iranian writer, the exhibition of the selected work by French artist Armando Fernandez. This poster was designed for honoring a famous Iranian writer, Sadegh. I designed the writing phase by considering sentence he wrote before he dies, I'm going to see you in the judgment day, and the surrealistic atmosphere of his book. This poster is the first meeting for introducing the Tehran Cultural Personality of the Year. The proverb, when in Rome, do as Romans do. At this point, clients were getting attracted to my work, but I didn't want my work to be repetitive. So after creation, the font you just saw, I work on the new font. I started to sketches and finally create my second font. This is the second font that I designed. The first things that I designed with the font, this font, was using at the Photo Biennale for the poster invitation and book cover, book design. And this is a book design with that font. I also use the font on this wall clock. After that, I tried to use the Persian calligraphy because I think it is one of the most important artistic elements in Iran. So I added modern and the formalistic calligraphy, not traditional style, to my work. Like this one, this is a sketches of the poster Iranian Spring, and this is a poster, the final poster. Is a part of exhibition of Iranian art in Paris entitled Iranian Spring. These images are calendar of calligraphy painting on the paperboard. This is a book cover for the Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque, one of the greatest mosques of the world. And these are images from the inside of the book. The last Jazz Tabataei, one of the most famous sculptor from Iran. I designed a poster with the typography that expresses his work and also his physical appearance. The color and texture, the poster are also associated with this sculptor. This book cover was down for the Persian mistake, proverbs. I'm in love. I designed this poster to honor Turkish poet Yunus Emre. His poet is romantic and minimal. In the poster, I used the word ishq, meaning love in the Persian. Since his poetry were minimalistic, I omitted the word ishq itself and kept in 5 dots instead. The funny thing is that recently I published this work on my Instagram, which is Mehdi Saeedi Studio, and Iranian people, because can read, they asked me, you use the title, it's love, because I'm used just 5 dots. In the Persian, alphabet, you can also read shet, because I'm used to just 5 dots. The shet has in the Farsi has 5 dots. So, and I explained that is not right because because you can feel this is love because it's red, and the many they actually read the many different words in the Farsi. As you see, these works were close to formalistic calligraphy, pure form without any specific shape. Later, I thought, how could I convey the Iranian symbol and the letters and calligraphy, At the same time, affected not Iranian audience. I wanted my work to be understandable to all of the people, not just Iranian. You know, the image is one of the most important visual elements that can communicate with everyone. Even when child sees a picture, he or she can easily understand it, or consider people who don't know who to read and write. Even those people can read image. Therefore, I did some research on traditional calligraphy and images. I found the answer to all of my questions in looking at the work for 14th century, when calligraphers used the writing symbols in the pictorial form and had a static religious objective that was just what I was looking for. It was both calligraphy and images, some things that everyone could understand, but here existed challenge. If I wanted to do same things, I wouldn't be considered a new art. So I explored a new method. The results are in the works I'm about to show you. These images are related to sketches for the poster for the 9 Iranian graphic designer biennial. And this one is final. And I used that poster on the cover of the Echo Time magazine for honoring 400 years of publishing the novel Don Quixote for international. For international music festivals. This poster for the Saeedi Rumi is one of the most outstanding Iranian musician and calligrapher of the 13th century, since he was known as a creator of the timbur and a great calligrapher. I tried to design his figure playing the timbur by calligraphy writing of his name. Shiraz, Persian Paradise. It was designed for the Shiraz and cultural exhibition in France. This poster involved an exhibition of the Persian painting of 3 Iranian women entitled 3 Iranian Look in France. This is the sketches of the Garden of Iran theme of the poster is Garden of Iran, Ancient Wisdom, New Vision. It was designed for an exhibition with the same title for the Tehran Museum of Contemporary Art. And this is the final. A well digger is that well's bottom. This work was designed based on the concept of Iranian proverb. It means when the Persian create the problem for others, he himself will be troubled later. This is a Shams Tabrizi festival. Shams Tabrizi is one of the most famous Persian poets who wrote many mistake poems. He was also close friend of Rumi. Stern, my exhibition in the Missouri State University, but many people told me that it looked like the Lenin, yeah, but I'm not. So this is Rumi 800 birthday celebration. The title of poster is the Sunshine Way from Balkh to Konya. I want to show you the process of my works, and this one is I'm working on the big canvas, 200 centimeter, then 140 centimeter in the very big canvas, and recently I sold it, fortunately, and you can see this is the final. This is for 2012 Years of the Dragon, Iranian traditional music in Australia, for first international conferences, architecture in globalization, combination of architecture in Iran and Japan. This poster was designed for a campaign supporting music. The campaign condemns an unauthorized download of music. For music concert in church, Song of Solomon and the Angel. Book cover for novel The Rise of the Shams. This poster is title is Evolution for my lecture at Library of Congress of United States in Washington, D.C. This is a sketches for a public event honoring Professor Mehdi Razeghi, the 2018 Benjamin Franklin Medalist in Drexel University. This is another sketches. And this is the final. This one is a recent poster that I designed for World Celebration for Russia, World Cup 2018. Recently, I had a great opportunity to do calligraphy on the glass in the Manhattan in New York City. And the title of this work is Love, on Love. So after my cooperation with the Culture Center and getting better understanding of the society in which I had lived, I began to think about politics and social issue of where I was living. Yes, Iran. Can you tell me what's come to your mind when you hear a name of Iran? I'm asking you. Tell me. War? Okay. Persia? Pistachio? Saffron? What else? Okay. First, let's look at Iran from tourist perspective. I want to show you the short film that shows his perspective toward Iran. We have not voice, actually. Yes. Okay.
I thought so.
Well, when I hear Iran's name, I think about some certain things. First, 7,000 years old culture, architecture, and calligraphy. Second, Middle Eastern, and politics and oil. My realization were in line with the war in Lebanon, Afghanistan, and later in Iraq. And the news, innocent people getting killed. My brother, who is a photographer, who I told you about in the beginning, used to travel to this country. He shared his photo with us before he shared them with the news. Our feelings were different from what the news of television, radio were announcing. These are my brother's photo. They had impacted me and my art. These are my brother's photo, as I mentioned. Also, the picture is not from Iran. Actually, it's from the, around of Iran. From then on, decided to fulfill my duty as a human toward the event taking place and trying to change the perspective of the society, or at least drawing attention to this problem. So I began to design the topic which were my own concern, and I couldn't get them out of my head. Those concerns didn't have a client, most of them, because 90% of social and political works are not ordering by anyone as a job. Peace, racism, child labor. The word exploring. The Iranian culture, pomegranate is the symbol of life. Here I liken the word to pomegranate, and I use the repetition of the letters of the exploding word to show the massive crowd of the word, and it is the result of the pollution. The pollution raised the word is exploding inside. AIDS, mind your play. God create man free. Free thought, free writing, and free election are main element of the democracy. This is some interactive poster. This poster is for Congress Society Pathology in Iran. This poster for human rights in Penn University in Pennsylvania. I was asked to the police bureau in Iran design a poster related to the police performance. I spoke different people about the police in general. I included that most of the people complain about the insecurity at night. The police bureau consider is the slogan, the poster. Police, discipline, security, turn quality. And I thought about two posters with the one main idea. In this first poster, I shows the slogan that there's suggestion in the bold, prominent way. I choose the title, Police in the Day. The second one is Police at the Night. You can see his background is black, and we cannot see any sign, evidence of the police. In 2000, I had the opportunity to work in Germany, and I create two projects. One project is this that I want to show you. Every day I saw a iron bar installed on the entrance shop, neon letters, panels, and so on the way to my studio. Since I had not seen them in my country, I wonder what is their use. they asked, I asked to shopkeepers about them, and I heard sad response. This iron bar is for the silent pigeons to prevent them from sitting here. The interesting part was that I had seen great demonstration in support of animals in which those shopkeepers also participated. The contradiction in their behavior made me design a poster for that issue. In doing that, I tried to use the flashy neon letters with those pigeon control of my poster entitled "Be Kind to All Animals." This is an installation, Racism Crushes and Human Spirit. And we have not sound again. So we have not a lot of time, and I want to show you some of, last work. It's not last work, but I'm trying to show quickly. This poster is about, ladies and gentlemen, I represent new symbol of peace. This is my recent poster. It's about fighting the Trump and North Korean president. New politic language. And
nobody can do it like me. Nobody. Nobody can do it like me. Honestly.
Nobody's stronger than me.
Nobody has better toys than I do.
There's nobody bigger or better at the military than I am.
Nobody loves the Bible more than I do. Nobody builds walls better than me. Nobody's better to people with disabilities than me. Nobody's fighting for the veterans like I'm fighting for the veterans.
There's nobody that's done so much for equality as I have.
There's nobody more.
This is the 20, I don't want to show all of them, but this is a poster that I designed based on these things. I love me. And this is another poster, Mr. Trump, war is not sexy. So I have a just video. This is the last work that I want to show you. This video, it's about my recently work that I had in actually Philadelphia. This is when I had a beard, but I have not. Thank you.
We thank you. Děkuji Mehdimu za skvělou prezentaci. I have some short few questions from the public.
Sure.
Have you ever worked on some commercial project?
Yeah, yes, of course, but actually I didn't show in here because I want to, show in some project that actually, how can I say? It's identity, show me identity, And some of works that I, had a commission in the advertisement, I'm not able to, to use some calligraphy. So that's why I didn't show in here. What I have, what I did.
Okay. And second interesting question was, are you limited by Islam in its rules in your work?
What do you mean?
I'm asking you if you are limited by Islam in its rules in your work?
No, honestly, because we are in the 21st century, so we cannot show in the sexy, things on my, and the works in Iran. But when I, since 2014, when I moved to United States, if you look at my last poster about the Trump, I showing some sexy things in my poster. So instead of that, no, we have not any limitation, and in Islam.
Okay. So thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.